It's time! Cincinnati, we gon' rise and up. In the jungle, we unite and up. Trippin' orange and black and white. Full day when we fight. Live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move rockin' on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes, then you let the city know you rock 'em. Yeah, we got 'em. Yeah, we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em. Single bottle, never stop it. To the beast and know 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes? Flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen. We gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in the...
Welcome to another episode of Bengals and Brews. I am Draftel, joined by my co-host Mario Vasquez.
Mario, 2 days a week.
Yeah, you need to just change your name to Mario Vasquez.
If you didn't bring it up, I was about to. So
yeah, I was thinking, and I was like, I'm going to introduce him as Mario Vasquez because we still don't know who that is that you're talking about.
He's a, I think he's a Latino singer and songwriter.
There is a guy named that, but that is not who I'm trying to think of. We're talking about Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal, and
yeah. Oh, geez, that was great.
Yeah, so there's that, and I'm thinking Mario Vasquez could be like your bourbon when you're drinking the bourbon because you're like a different person.
I am. You know what? Let's take care of that real quick.
You gonna drink just some bourbon?
Mario Mario.
Yeah, you drinking some bourbon?
No,
I was like, damn.
Straight
it's
water.
Not even noon.
Straight water.
Even I'm not drinking alcohol at this point of the day.
For the people in the chat, we're doing a 32-team mock draft. So 31 because Miami sucks. But I got to be hydrated for this one.
But this, I have not. Okay, I have in the past, Stranger, but they updated everything. That's what. And now I guess it's you got to pay to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the new one's like. I haven't used the new one.
So. Oops. Sorry about that. I was trying to share things. Yeah, I've heard that if you listen to the Draft Dudes, listen to their podcast, they're actually on they're on Locked On now. They're part of the Locked On network now instead of being over there with all the guys. I'm trying to think of where is Pac-Man and all them? What network are they with? Are you familiar?
Pac-Man, he's not on whatever podcast he was on.
Oh, is he not?
No, he's been going on Pat McAfee a lot since then.
Well, anyway, they're part of Locked On now, and they started TDN. So they've done a lot of stuff with it.
Believe Network, is that what you're talking
Believe.
About? Him and Solomon.
Yep. But yeah, I've heard it's actually going to be really cool. So if you want to pay for it, be my guest. Let me know.
Let us whoever wants to go buy it first.
Yep, absolutely.
I have no idea what the cost is either.
What's up, Greggy?
Yeah, I was in the middle of taking a walk. I'm out in the baseball field right now saying hi. Sorry about the sun. I'm trying to block the sun as good as I can right now. So how y'all doing?
Doing all right. If you were out and about, Greg, you didn't have to hop on.
Yeah, I just want to say hi quick. Just want to say hi quickly, pretty much, and peace.
Yeah. All right, brother. Have a good time. Enjoy the day.
Good day, Greggy. I love that guy. That guy.
All right, man. Well, I done lost that somehow, so I got to go back now and add it back.
Lost?
I don't know where it went. It was just down there. It's Greg's fault. He hopped in, messed everything up.
Do you have it yet, or I can pull it up?
I've got it because I've already got it set for all the teams.
Okay.
So here's the updated price there. You're better off to buy it for the year if you're going to buy it, it sounds like. I mean, $10.
Yeah, $30 a year is not bad.
But if you only want it for this month because, the draft's in a month, then.
And if you bought it now, you could even potentially use it for next year, too. You're talking for a year.
But we're not promoting. They ain't paying us to promote them.
No.
So we're using an NFL mock draft database because it's free. So we'll promote free because that's what we make on the show is zero.
Absolutely. Zero monies. And Carolina with the first picks takes Willie Anderson Jr.
No.
That's why they traded up.
Yeah. We know they're taking a quarterback. This one's easy
Yep.
to know their need, at least.
Yep.
They've traded
The
up.
question is who are you thinking? Who are you leaning towards right now?
All I've heard is between two names, Stroud and
Yep.
Young. I haven't heard anything about Levis or Richardson for pick one.
No, I haven't.
And I don't blame them because those guys are, a
Yeah,
little
if
farther
they
away
wanted-
from being pro ready than the
Mhm.
other two, in my opinion.
Yeah, personally, I feel like if they wanted one of those two, they could have stayed where they were at and still potentially been able to get them.
But I don't know that we need to sit here and debate it too much because the thing
No,
is,
it'll be one
whatever
or the
one we
other.
don't take, the next one's going next.
Yeah.
Most
I'm-
likely, in my opinion.
I'm going to say CJ just because of the height. Really, I just feel like he just fits better with Carolina.
See, and I lean a little more toward Bryce. This is where not
Oh.
having a third tiebreaker person is a little rough.
I'll give this one to you.
I was going to give it to you. See, so like that's why I don't have a strong feeling either
I'll tell you
way.
what. I'll take this one with CJ, and then you can pick for Pittsburgh. How about that?
For Pittsburgh, since Darcy, yeah, we know probably who I'll take. He's probably not wrong if the need and the fit matches.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going with CJ Stroud, pick one. You are a
Mhm.
Carolina Panther, maybe if it lets me select.
Oh, we got to start the draft. We didn't start.
Oh, that would be helpful. Hey, we did hit live, right? These people
Yep.
aren't just talking to themselves.
Yep, we're currently
Okay.
live right
'Cause
now.
I've done that a
Yep.
time or two. So, CJ Young goes to Carolina. Houston now on the board at pick number 2. I don't
Yeah, I
see them
think-
trading out. They need a quarterback too.
Yeah. If I was them, I wouldn't take a quarterback right here. But
Yeah, took Richard. Yeah, it would be interesting. I mean,
yeah,
high
he's
still,
got the intangibles. Yeah,
that would blow everybody's mind when the draft started. Because I don't think anybody's really saying. Or if they took Levis, would be more shocking.
Mhm.
Will Levis goes number 1 over the other 3.
I personally, if I was Houston, I want to know your thoughts. I would take Will Anderson here and then circle back and get whatever quarterbacks left with the 12th pick.
But that's the thing. People could then trade up from the 12, so then they maybe have to give up more draft capital. Like that's
Yeah.
probably the reason. I mean, you just got to take your quarterback and take him and have him. You don't play around when you're up drafting number 2 because you
Okay.
hope you're not back drafting that for a while.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, so we'll go Bryce Young with the pick here. I got.
Now this is an interesting one because
Well, they did just lose
really, Carter?
They did just lose JJ Watt, so I think that's an easy pick for me personally.
But you got the Colts setting at 4.
Yeah.
So with the Colts setting at 4, do they trade? Is there a trade to be had?
Oh, trade back.
Yeah, is there somebody who wants to trade ahead of the Colts?
Yeah. I don't know. I'd say we don't do trades right now.
You don't want to do trades on this one? Maybe circle back to one with trades?
Yeah.
Let me say, I could see, like, I know the Raiders brought in, I was about to say Derek Carr because they're basically saying Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be hard to maybe I don't know. I think they're pretty happy seeing what they have in Jimmy G for this year anyway.
And then, yeah, so
You got Will Levis,
the
Anthony
Raiders.
Richardson.
The Raiders very well could be a team to trade, but let's just look here. Seattle, I don't think they do
They
that.
just signed a 4-year or 3-year deal.
Yeah, but it probably has some outs if I had to guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, Detroit, Vegas, right after. I'm not so sure. Detroit. I mean, if I was them, I'd consider it. But they seem to really like. Are you breaking stuff? I'm not even on that
I'm
screen.
about through my phone. I was just trying to look that up.
Yeah. No, I don't think the Steelers would enter, but they should probably with tiny hands. But yeah, Will Anderson, people say Jalen Carter. And then the third name in the conversation, if we're not going to trade out here, is Tyree Wilson from Tech. And some people are like, they're mocking that even. And I'm like, why? Like,
Tyree over Will?
yeah. And it doesn't make sense because I'm like, I think it's just silly draft season at that point stuff or
Mhm.
overthinking. And sometimes the teams overthink and they do this stuff.
Yeah.
But I personally would take Will Anderson here. You know, I would trade out, honestly. I would, but if we're not
Yeah.
going to do trades, because that's the thing. If you're going to get a good amount for whoever trades up
Mm-hmm.
with you, they're going to give up a decent little amount to move up over the Colts. They're going to have to. So I don't know.
Yeah, but
without trades, Will Anderson, put him on the board.
Yep, put him on the board. I was going to say, when was the last time you saw a 1-2-3 QB?
Gosh, I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't remember right now either. But yeah, Colts. I'm going Will Levis on this one. I just like the fit personally over Anthony Richardson. That's just my own personal opinion.
See, we're not on the same page at all.
We normally are most of the time, but I feel like Will is more of a year one ready quarterback than Anthony. But what's your thoughts?
I don't know that either of them are, is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess I'll give you that because Levis at least was starter for 2 years where Richardson won at Florida.
Yeah.
It's a great unknown with Richardson. Like,
mm-hmm.
I could see him come in and playing well even as a rookie, but that wouldn't be my plan for him, I guess.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. My plan for him would be
a
year or half a year, depending how things go.
Who did Indy pick up a quarterback, a backup quarterback, or
that's why I don't know. That's why I'm like I can't think of anybody that they have that they'd be putting out there as starters.
I'll look that up if you want to talk.
I do think so, and I'll give you that. So that's why we'll take Levis at this point right now, because I would want Richardson to set. So now we're at 5 to the Seahawks. So I have Seahawks needs, but I don't think these are updated. My updated ones are elsewhere.
Yeah.
Edge, safety, linebacker. I had quarterback as a fourth need, but like I said, I kind of don't see that with Geno so much. So what are your thoughts on the Seahawks and their needs? I could see an edge. I could see about anything here now that they re-signed Geno.
Yeah, and they just signed the linebacker.
Yeah, which I had as the third, and I wouldn't take a linebacker this high.
Yeah,
regardless, it had to be basically a pass rusher lined up as that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the Lions like mid as well. So
yeah,
and who day to you, Chris? Who day, Foxy? Who day? All the guys in there.
I'm not really thinking quarterback right here, honestly.
No, me neither.
Seattle.
So that's why I didn't know where you want to go.
Yeah, I was.
So D line is Jalen Carter, and we don't know the issues.
Look at cornerback because
I've got cornerback high, and I've got Gonzalez. I've got him that high.
I like the corners they have now with
that's the thing.
The UC.
Tariq Woolen.
Tariq Woolen. They've got
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe. That's it. Kobe.
So I mean corners. Yeah, I like Gonzalez. Would I take him this high potentially at number 5? That's a solid spot. People like Witherspoon, Porter.
What about look at tackle?
It'd be Paris is probably your number 1. Skoronski, guys like that. I mean, there's not Bijan. Would they take Bijan this early?
I was just thinking because they just lost.
No,
they lost Penny, but they have that. They have that one running back. It got hurt. So I
would that be a dark horse team to go crazy and shock everybody and take
maybe with pick 20?
And you would have
good Lord, could you imagine
that trio that they would have with Lockett, Metcalf, and Smith and Jigba? So if you're going to say Geno's our guy, you load him up with weapons. That's a strategy.
Hey, I'm okay with that. I think having Smith at the slot because I mean
they can go crazy.
Yeah, let's go with that. I like crazy that idea. Yeah, personally.
Well, I mean, teams are seeing that he ran decent enough, 4.52, anywhere between 4.52 and 4.58.
Now, see, if we didn't pick JSN on that one, this was going to be where I would have slotted.
Really? See, I just thought that I thought of the trio thing, and I thought, well, maybe they go crazy and do that. Okay,
'Cause they just lost
2021.
DJ Chark.
So we didn't have a long time
Oh,
ago,
okay.
and those were trade ups. Like
Mm-hmm.
those teams were trading up early because remember the 49ers traded up to go to third, and it's like, well, how
Yeah.
do you know your guy is like they were just comfortable enough, I guess, with at least 3 guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hard part, you got to know who's likely to be the third guy there.
Right.
So this one, I got needs written down for them. Corner, which I know they addressed some in free agency. They got
Mhm.
Sutton from Pittsburgh and somebody else. I still have quarterback as their second biggest need, but that's my personal.
Yeah, but I think they're comfortable with. I mean, maybe they go another year or two with Goff and pick up Anthony Richardson, but
Yeah, and then I have defensive tackle. So it's like, I've got
mm-hmm.
defensive tackle here. I'm looking at Jalen Carter. If I'm going corner, I'm looking at Christian Gonzalez. So I'm looking at the top 2 guys on this board and on my personal board as well. Well, I got Paris Johnson in that mix, and the Lions, they don't need a tackle, obviously.
Yeah.
So
I could see Jalen.
But I got D tackle and corner as my biggest needs outside of quarterback. And
Yeah,
you're looking at the 2 best guys on the board.
I could see Jalen Carter going with that one. And
yeah, because I think he got probation or something. Like I think it's already been ruled down. So you have to feel comfortable enough with the guy. If you've met with him, that's the thing. Their meetings with him are going to be more important than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Talent wise, he's a hell of a talent. He's arguably, the number 1 talent in this draft, him or Will Anderson.
Right.
But you don't want a guy that's going to get suspended or be out doing dumb stuff. And when you're picking in the top 10. It's risky, which is the reason why he's even fallen at all.
Yeah, I'd say go with Jalen here.
But yeah, I think as long as they're comfortable with them, and you know how their coach is, he's he's.
And I think after their issue with the one Ohio State cornerback, I don't think they'll go corner that high again.
Yeah, that's the feeling. Dan Campbell, man.
Yeah,
I think Dan would like him.
Kneecap biter.
Yep. Got glass eaters, kneecap biters. The Super Bowl we all knew we never needed.
Now, if you wanted to go Anthony Richardson here, I could see that, and then you got Jimmy G for a year.
For sure.
I
think that's a no-brainer at this point because it's like, okay.
I think maybe you could potentially see them going with Paris Johnson.
I could see him
beef up that line.
they have Colton Miller.
Oh yeah, I forgot they did.
And they brought Illuminor back to play right tackle.
Yeah.
So
I forgot about that.
I would say corner here, Gonzalez, Wilson. That would be their conversation. It's the top 3 guys on the board. Yep. Honestly, again, it's one of those 3. And I think that what's Jimmy G's upside at this point in the NFL? He's all of a sudden
he can take it to a Super Bowl, but we've seen his upside.
That would be mostly the rest of the team taking you to the Super Bowl, though.
Yeah,
right?
Well, that's true. That's true.
And I don't think the Raiders have that kind of roster.
No.
So that's to me.
So I think take it up by pick. Yeah. I think
maybe they're contending for a wild card spot. That's probably their highest spot with Jimmy G.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Richardson and developing him. Let Jimmy G play this way. Oh, yeah, Parker, you could have been on it if you wanted to today. We were just trying to find time to get one in, and Derek happened to not go to church because his son wasn't feeling well. So
son's got pink eye, so I'm like, hey,
maybe before Sarah gets home, she went to actual church. We're trying to. Yeah, it was very put together at the last minute.
Yeah, exactly.
So we can't take too much time on this. But we could do one next week, Parker, sometime if you want. So
this
Atlanta,
one
I've got D and offensive line as their 2 biggest needs. So D line, O line. I know what Parker would probably say here.
Yeah.
But they did re-sign McGarry at right tackle. I'm not sure exactly what they got at left tackle, but I think it's still Jake Matthews, who's solid, but he's not getting any younger.
Yeah.
And then they brought in Jesse Bates for the secondary, but maybe
I think
keep beefing that up.
Trying to beef up the defense, yeah.
If you're going to beef up that secondary, you started with Bates. And
work
then
from the back. Yep.
And you get Gonzalez here. Do you have one of these corners higher than Gonzalez?
No,
Okay.
I haven't really dove too much into like the top corners of the draft just because I know they're not going to make it to Cincy.
Gonzalez he plays the ball so
Yeah,
well, a little
I
bit better
mean
than these two guys
Joey
that gives
Porter.
him the
Yeah,
edge. He's got more of the ball hawking ability
yeah.
for the NFL, in my opinion.
I personally like Gonzalez the best out of those. Looking at those three right there.
Now I could see Tyree Wilson also. Not gonna lie on that.
Yeah.
Falling here to 8, and a lot of people really like him. 6'6", good edge rusher.
Hunter's thinking the same thing.
I could okay, yeah. I wasn't on that screen, but
yeah, I can look at these two.
Man, this one's tough because I think either one would be a great pick here at number 8.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
the thing.
it's just a matter of philosophy. Do you think you can help the corners by beefing up the edge, or do you feel like if by beefing up the corners you can help your pass rush?
Well,
It's just a
and
matter
this,
of
like I said,
philosophy
this
at that
isn't
point.
100% updated, but my biggest needs I have for them were defensive end, offensive line, wide receiver, then corner.
Okay,
So
let's
I
go
added
with
down a
Tyree
little
there.
further, at least at this point.
Yep.
So let's just go with Tyree.
Mm-hmm. And I like Christopher's thoughts here. And you could potentially see them, throwing that pick and more for and trying to get Lamar at the 9th hour or whatever they call that, 19th hour.
Yeah.
Now this one gets a little tricky because they need a lot, but I thought they had a lot of picks, but maybe not in the first round.
They gained some obviously from the Panthers, but they don't have another first rounder.
Yeah.
I've got edge, receiver, offensive tackle, defensive tackle in that order.
Okay, I was going to say I would be going Paris Johnson here because just looking at how much he ran for his life last year, and I'm talking about Fields, I just think that you have to beef up the offensive line.
Okay, I was going to ask Parker how he felt. He said Paris Johnson Jr. is the only answer here.
Yep, I see that too.
But I don't know, because how do you feel about Braxton Jones? That's what I was going to ask you. Because I agree that I'm with taking Paris, but he played right guard, then he played left tackle. Now you're asking him if they like Braxton Jones, who was a 4th-round rookie, and they think they got something in him. I mean, Joe Goodberry's the one who was saying this to me because I was all over getting Paris at 9 here when they traded down. I'm like, this is my number 1 left tackle. You get him at 9, that's great value.
Yep.
But then, Joe was like, well, Braxton Jones played really well at left tackle last year, but they need a right tackle, which that's why it's like, okay, would you take a Skoronski who projects more that he could be a right tackle in the NFL?
Yeah.
Than he does a left tackle. Whereas Paris, I still have rated higher, and for that reason, a little bit higher. He's a left tackle, but do you take that?
Well, if that's the case, then maybe you go wide receiver here and you look at trying to address right tackle, and because do they still have the first pick of the 2nd round, or did they trade that one as well?
They got whatever pick Panthers are in the 2nd round, right, or something like that, because of where the Panthers traded up to number 1, but they had given up their original pick to the Steelers for stupid Chase Claypool.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So
Parker's saying, like, think Panay, where you can bring him in, go ahead and put him in right tackle. He's good enough that he should be able to play either.
Okay, so let's go Paris then.
He
did his pro
played
day,
right, and he did play right guard good, and he played left tackle good. I mean, I think
his pro day he looked like a beast.
The Bears could ask Braxton Jones to slide to right tackle instead, because they think Paris is a left tackle for 10 years at an all-pro level, whereas Braxton is an average left tackle. Maybe you go ahead and ask the guy now to move to right tackle instead of when he's getting ready to go on his 5th-year option.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of it too, because you got an average offensive tackle.
You got to think ahead. I mean, it'd be nice if a team would do that,
Because like Parker said on here the other day that, in his opinion, if Jonah would just switch, he's going to make a lot more money because he could see him as easily as a top 10 right tackle.
Just look, there's not a whole lot of difference right now between
Yeah,
right
they're
tackle and
getting
left
paid.
tackle. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think Parker, has officially talked me back into going the route that I would originally route and that's Paris Johnson.
Yeah.
So now the
So-
Eagles are on the clock.
This is where it gets interesting because they have lost a lot.
Exactly. 33 million.
Yep. I could see them potentially going D-line, maybe edge here. With
Well,
the 10th
who
pick.
did they keep? They kept their corners together, which
Yep.
that's why I had that as third highest need, but I didn't see
They
them
did
bring back
lose-
Slay and Bradbury.
They did lose their safety, so potentially.
I had
is there
safety as already a
you have
potential
rated
need.
this high?
No,
Yeah,
not even
that's-
close.
That's what I
The-
was trying to think.
The highest safety's Branch from Alabama, and
Yeah.
I don't even start to consider him at least probably for another 5 to 10 picks. Just depends
Mm-hmm.
who's on the clock, who's still available.
So let's look here at
I'm with Chris. I honestly, that's what
Miles
I've
Hargrave.
leaned
That's
toward.
the biggest. Yeah.
No,
Miles Murphy.
Chris here said
Chris
Bijan.
Bijan. Oh, no, I thought they just picked up. Was it Rashad Penny? And I think they just said they were happy with.
Right, with and not bringing Zeke in, but
Yeah,
and guess who they just had in for a visit when they said that?
Who was?
Like that same day or the day before, they just had Bijan in their building on a visit.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that
So,
was their.
You're not having. Why are you bringing him in
Yeah.
for a visit?
That's true.
That's it's a little. Yeah, we're not interested in Zeke. We're having with a running back room because we're going to draft
We're
Bijan at
going to
number
draft
10.
Bijan. Yeah, I could see that. Good Lord.
And
Could
they
you
still
imagine?
signed back Fletcher Cox, who I know,
Mhm.
they were, he rotated in. That whole D line rotated in a lot, and they
Yeah.
lost Hargrave, like was mentioned. But I just don't. I think where they still have Fletcher, they still have Brandon Graham back. They still have the other guy on the other end who who am I thinking of? That had a great season, defensive player of the year season.
Oh,
Reddick, Hassan Reddick.
Hassan. Yep.
Yeah, they've got a lot of bodies in that
Yeah.
D-line room. I
You're
mean,
right.
I'm not
Let's
saying
go-
they can't add to it, but they also have pick 30 coming up. So
Let's go Bijan here. Let's go
Let's
Bijan.
go wild. Bro. We took Jackson
already
Smith
take-
and Jigba at
yep.
number 5.
Mm-hmm. Could that be Ohio State bias? I don't know. But,
Well, this is a suggestion here as
Yeah.
well. It's it's
Mhm.
not just us for them. It's a suggested need based on this mock draft simulator. And he's 12th rated player, and you're taking him 10th. They did lose Miles Sanders. They lost their
yeah, but I think it was Rashad Penny they picked up. That's who
I
was
know,
thinking
but
of.
are they thinking that he is Miles Sanders? Because I don't
Oh,
think he's
yeah, no.
near as good as Miles
And he
Sanders.
gets hurt all the damn time too. So,
Yeah, I
Titans-
don't think Parker. I think that's why they would take him at 10 because I don't think he would fall clear to 30.
Mhm.
I think the
Um,
Bills would take him at 27 in a heartbeat if he got there, or even trade up if he got close.
Titans could use a receiver, kind of like one they traded last year, somebody big and physical.
They could use a guy like AJ Brown that they traded away.
Yeah,
They could really use
exactly.
AJ Brown and AJ Brown on
Exactly.
their team. Jeez, but it's another team I have. And
They
they
have
got
a lot
rid
of
of
needs.
they got rid of Taylor Lewan. So,
Mhm.
and I already had offensive tackle as their top need. Offensive
Yep.
tackle, and I do have wide receiver second. Linebacker, no, I'm not taking a linebacker. DN, no. So I'm with you.
Good
I'm either
tackle.
wide receiver or offensive tackle.
Yeah, let's look at those two real quick.
Well, I know Quentin Johnson is going to
Yep.
be, and there ain't nobody even close beyond that I would even consider. So I don't.
Yep.
I
Does
like
Quentin
Quentin Johnston,
Johnson-
the prospect. I don't like him at 11. I don't think.
Yeah. Or then, so are we going Skoronski then, or
We got Skoronski or
Are
Jones,
you-
but here's the thing: if the Taylor Wan was left tackle, I
Yeah,
once
so
again
you-
think
Broderick
Skoronski's going to
Jones.
be a better. He's going to be an All-Pro guard, or I
Mhm.
think he's going to be a very solid right tackle, solid to good, good right tackle. And his last position, I'd put him at his left tackle, but he might be able to play it. It's how
Yeah.
comfortable do you feel with that? I know that I'd feel a hell of a lot more comfortable with Broderick Jones at left tackle.
yeah?
So-
I would go Broderick there.
Yeah. I just
Yep.
think if we're going left tackle, I want him. Now,
Mhm.
overall prospect wise, I do have Skoronski graded higher than Jones.
Yeah.
but moving into a different position may be best for his long term. All right, so we took Bryce Young. Now are we wanting to double back with a receiver for him, or what was the other needs that you?
No, I was thinking.
I got
What was I
DN.
thinking?
I got DN, interior O line, and wide receiver.
Maybe that's what I was. Yeah, I think I was thinking edge because I was thinking about coming back and getting quarterback here. So,
and I mean, here's a couple guys that 3 guys really right there: Murphy, Van Ness, Nolan Smith, all little different type players, especially Nolan compared to the other 2 guys, who's more undersized, almost linebacker body type, but he just makes plays and gets to the quarterback. So, and Van Ness, he wasn't even a starter at Iowa, but he's ranked 16 on here. Murphy's ranked 13. I always liked him, and I've seen him even slip into 12, honestly, is a little bit of slip for him, but I've seen him slipping into the 20s lately on some of these mock drafts.
Yeah. What about interior offensive line? Like, I think was it Parker talking about? Yeah.
Osiris Torrance is going to be the best guy, but he's not, because Skoronski, I think, could play guard at an all-pro level. Okay. So if you're drafting,
so maybe you take Skoronski.
I mean, imagine teaming up Skoronski and Laramie Tunsil on the same side.
I was going to say, put your best 5 out there, no matter where.
And I don't know if they have a need at right tackle, but Skoronski could also play that if they have a need at right tackle.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Myles Murphy. So to me, I would go Skoronski to play right tackle or guard, whatever they need the most him to be at. Just talent to put on your team.
Yep.
Blocking for Bryce Young. And then if you want to go the defensive route, I really like Murphy as more surefire than Van Ness.
Yeah.
But what do you think?
I'm team Skoronski.
It's fine with me. I was 50-50 on it. It's just you want the offense or defense.
Yep. And then here I'd say they stick with beefing up that defense, and then you take
the Jets. Well, my gosh, they've got corners though, right? Because man, we haven't taken a corner yet. It's crazy that we've disrespected this corner class. It's a good class, and we don't. It's weird.
I think the last time we did a 32 team mock, I think the corners fell. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean that was last year, so
yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't know why my brain's falling back to that, but
because you want to pat yourself on the back because you wanted Dax Hill when we did it, and then
could be.
And I'm sure I did not allow that to happen. We did not take him in that mock draft.
No, if I remember
and then
correctly.
We did in real life.
Yep.
So, yeah, top-rated players, though. You got the 3 corners at this point, Myles Murphy, Van Ness, and then Quentin Johnston. A lot left on the board, but I don't think they need corners.
Yeah.
I don't know how much they love their linemen. That's why we've talked about them as a potential trade for Jonah as a team. Aaron Rodgers, I don't know. I think more weapons for Rodgers, Hunter says, but I think he only wants his guys. They shipped out they shipped out a first-round pick from last year, or second-round pick, I think he was last year.
They got 2 really good cornerbacks in Lazard and Garrett Wilson. And I think right now, if you're looking for a receiver, you're looking for somebody to fill in the slot, and there's a lot of those guys in the draft. So
I think they would have taken one of these offensive tackles had they not just went off the board.
Mm-hmm.
If we didn't, if Paris, Broderick, or Skoronski is at 13, I think they take one of those guys. But in this scenario, all 3 are gone. I don't see them going Wright, Harrison, or Jones at pick 13. What about you?
I'm looking at their roster right now, just trying to get an idea of some of the guys. I still think edge is potentially in the cards for them because they have. Do they still have the guy from the Bengals?
Go to YouTube, Matt. We haven't heard anybody else say that audio is bad. Go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know. Yeah, it sounds like the Twitter stream was bad. I don't know. That's weird. That's different.
Yeah, they got Sauce. Who's on the other side of Sauce? Is it Breece Hall?
He's one of their players. I don't have it all in front of me. I didn't know
Yeah.
we were doing this, Derek. I would have had.
And then
I would have had all the 32 teams ready.
Yeah, I know. They got Carl Lawson,
which they might cut.
Yeah, I could see them going edge, and I like the Brees Hall, and yeah. So let's look at the edges real quick. I just don't see
my needs as we go look at the edges.
Mhm.
Offensive tackle, safety, linebacker, guard, tight end, quarterback, which if they're getting Rodgers, no, they won't need that. But so I don't know.
I just don't feel the need for corner here. And then
I think they got hosed by not having one of
Mhm.
those offensive tackles on the board.
Yeah.
So edge-wise, we still have Murphy, Van Ness, Nolan Smith. If they wanted to add some pass rush, I think and Robert Saleh is a defensive guy. So I could see him leaning that direction.
Then. Yeah.
I don't love Osiris Torres or Smiths or Ma or Tippmann. None of those guys enough to take them. I'm not taking one of these linebackers yet. Quentin Johnston, maybe if it wasn't Aaron Rodgers at quarterback.
Yeah.
Any other rational person. Michael Mayer, no. He would rather have 39-year-old City Lewis coming in. Over Rucker and Uzama and Conklin. He's
Conklin.
Still
they got a lot of tight ends. Just none.
Z and Cansey still on the board. You could do worse than that. We still got all the corners, but I don't. That's just not a big need. So it really comes down to might as well add an edge.
Yep.
Which one you want to take, Murphy or Van Ness?
I like Murphy here.
Okay, I like him as a better player, but Van Ness probably has the higher ceiling.
Yeah.
No, we didn't make it.
Oh yeah, can you hear my kids?
Yeah.
Kids and the wife. New England.
Oh,
I don't know.
Take a lot of corners.
Yeah, take a corner here.
It's crazy because right?
New England's going to do something stupid. So let's
they're hard to
do
predict.
The smart pick here with Christian Gonzalez.
I don't see an offensive tackle, tight end. They just brought in Gesicki. Otherwise, they're probably cutting Hunter Henry. His $15.5 million cap hit. Name to keep an eye on. We talked about this week as a potential cut candidate after the draft or sometime. Or if you don't want to restructure, he gets cut. I'd be all over Hunter Henry to bring in here as a veteran.
Me too.
Right
now. I say Gonzalez here.
Defensive tackle they could take. Yeah, that one surprised me. Defense tackle, wide receiver, or corner. I think they would take here. So I could see this would be okay. We talk about how much we like Cansey, right? I could see them taking Brzee. Brzee seems like a Bill Belichick guy, but I could, Cansey. This would probably be the highest he could go because I know a lot of us really like Elijah Cansey from Pitt.
I got my post-it note Cansey no matter what. So
yeah, well, nothing on the board, buddy.
I know,
but yeah, I think if it got to this point in all three of these corners, Bill's going to say, "Yeah, just give me one of the corners." I can see Bill taking Witherspoon, so I'm doing that for Bill because he's like, "I'm not going to take Gonzalez. He's the highest rated guy."
Yeah, you got the hoodie on. You're feeling your inner Bill. Yeah.
Now you got the Packers, who would never give Aaron Rodgers a weapon. Would they give him one this year?
Yeah.
Would they give Love one?
No, they don't. The number one thing on their draft board is don't draft a wide receiver in the first round. So.
Yeah, always, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I do have safety wide receiver.
I was going to say, I could see Branch going as high as 15.
They take safeties a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Safety, wide receiver, DN, tight end. Michael Mayer season for the Jordan Love. Give him a safety blanket. Well, y'all ever think about that one?
It could be because they just drafted that tight end from UC a couple years ago, in the second round, and he was just considered a fullback.
Oh, third or fourth round. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I thought it was the second round.
No, I think he ended up going third. Either way, it was a surprise.
Yeah, it was real high.
That name escapes me. He has a cool name, I think, too. And I can't.
Somebody else think of it.
Yeah.
Tight end from UC from 2 years ago. 3 years ago.
Probably, yeah.
3 drafts ago.
Yeah. Parker is shouting for Johnston. I just they don't do that.
I know.
I think they take Mayer before they take him.
If get rid of Rodgers before the draft, I could see the pettiness, honestly.
I could see him taking one of these D tackles also, or a Van Ness. I could easily see any of those guys being the pick. That's what I mean. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of between edge, D line. I don't think they'll take Johnston. I mean, yeah, logically it makes sense, but I think they would take Michael Mayer.
Let's go Michael Mayer here. I like that idea. You know, because they lost their one tight end. His name's escaping. Tunyon, yeah. So they're down to that fullback and really nothing else at tight end. So
well, and I just think you could do worse than giving Jordan Love a guy that he could check down in the flat too, and this, that, and the other on certain plays. I can see the fit. I mean, I think I would go Johnston talent, like just for I don't know. Most rational people would take a wide receiver over a tight end, but Packers also have never been. We're at
don't
logical,
start being logical now, Dale.
Why start now?
Parker said.
Why start now?
Yeah. Washington. Let's go receiver here. I'd like the idea of
well, you can't
Washington.
just go receiver without everything else going on there. You got what are their needs?
Well, let's look it up.
What did I have for them? Oh, I have. And this is a team I still think could take a quarterback, right? Who do they have?
They just got somebody.
Who did they get?
Hold on, I'll look it up right now. Oh, no, do they still have Taylor Heineke?
No, he went somewhere. Got like 2 years, $20 million as a backup.
Oh, Jacoby Brissett too. They got. I think they had said they were going to roll with Sam Howell. Now, how true
And they
that
took
is,
him in the fourth or
I don't
fifth
know.
round.
Yeah,
Fourth or fifth round, you're going to roll with him.
Yeah.
There's not quarterbacks, but I'm just saying that's a team that
Yeah.
could trade up for a quarterback. We were talking earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Who could try to move to 3? A team like Washington.
Yep. Says team needs starting quarterback, lockdown corner, multi-tool threat to complement Terry McLaurin. They're the top 3.
I have corner as fourth need. That's after quarterback, center, and guard. So corner's a need. Christian Gonzalez is on the board. I'm not.
Let's go with him.
Yeah,
Don't let him fall anymore.
That makes way too much sense.
And that makes too much sense right there. Joey Porter Jr.
You think so? They've been all in with line though. They've been about beefing up their line. But to me, I think they need a left tackle. That's the problem. Like I think they need a left tackle more than anything than they do a right tackle, especially because they got like Dan Jones or some dude that sucks. He sucks.
No, they definitely need line bigger than anything, but I just don't want them to pick him. But go to tackle.
Yeah, I've got offensive tackle. I've got corner as their second biggest need still, Derek. And they lost Sutton.
Yep. They
brought in Peterson, but you really count on that guy to be like shut down?
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is
look at tackle real quick. So let me see. Or
offensive
no, look
tackle?
at interior. Look at interior real quick. Oh, perfect timing. Oh,
What?
pick for the Steelers.
Who's the worst player on there?
Hold on. Here's the tackles.
Darnell Wright, Anton Harrison, and DeWan.
To me, Harrison would be the
Jones.
guy that could play left tackle the best out of this group.
That's what they need, right? They need more of a left tackle, right?
Yeah.
I think it would be an improvement
Well,
over Dan Moore.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want them to take Wright or DeWan Jones. So yeah.
Well, I mean, they could, but
they could. Well, dude. We've said that every mock draft we've done. DeWan Jones might go to the Steelers, but
but also Joey Porter Jr. is available in this mock, and they.
I saw that one too. Now, would they have a hard time passing him up because of his dad and the name and yada yada yada? That's where
not only the name, the talent too. I mean,
well, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. So that was
for me, it's between Anton and Joey Porter.
Me too.
Yeah.
We leaning strongly either way.
Chat.
The more I talk about, more I could just see them going Joey Porter because it's Joey Porter Jr. That's just
Yeah.
purely because of that,
Yeah.
Well, Mike Tomlin was a defensive back coach,
right?
but
Right.
somehow he's had like the worst defensive backs.
I mean, Mike Tomlin coached. I'm pretty sure he coached Joey Porter, wasn't he? Still on the team when Tomlin took over.
And Harrison, Parker says Harrison might be a better fit
Yeah,
for their line.
You know what?
Right.
I could see them. Let's go Joey Porter here.
all right, we'll go.
And
Joey Porter.
then at 32, I think they'll take whatever.
Yeah, maybe they're high on Blake Freeland or they're
Yeah.
high on
We know Parker's
Matthew
not high, but
Bergeron. Or maybe they think Harrison is more likely to slide to 32.
Mhm.
Yeah. How's my mic sound, by the way? Anyway, I sound okay.
This sounds good.
Cool.
Now here's where I could see them going receiver.
Yeah, or I mean, geez, man, the line if they added Van Ness and Carter
Yeah,
Yeah.
to
To go with the one dude from Michigan last year.
yeah, I was trying to think of his name.
Hendrickson.
Hutchinson.
Hutchinson.
Hutchinson,
Yes, Hutchinson.
yeah.
Yes.
God, good Lord.
Yeah, we were all over the map on that
Yeah.
one.
It was an H. All right. We were
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
But okay, so I still look back at their needs that I originally had was corner. I said quarterback, D tackle we filled. So
Mhm.
corner, but they're like, damn it, just the top three
Joey
just went
Porter,
after
yeah.
holding on. That would be a shitty run for them
Mhm.
because I like Banks, but maybe I'd take him at 18, but
Well, Ringo.
no, I
Mm-mm.
don't like any of these guys
You
as,
don't like
as
Ringo?
top 20 guys now.
Yeah.
Right.
Back end of the 20s.
We'll go back.
Yeah, I like some of these guys.
Oh, you guys already got an D lineman. I was gonna say the edge because they had the kid from Georgia on there. That was
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we took Georgia here. They had pick 6, and we took Jalen Carter.
yeah.
So we've
they had
added him.
Nolan Smith. He's good too.
I like Quentin Johnston here, honestly, for
Now,
me.
Because their number one receiver is still, and he had a breakout year. His
Mhm.
4th round pick was I like him so
Amon-Ra.
much more.
Mhm.
Yeah, St. Brown
Yeah.
from USC.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Johnston because you got a little defense now. Maybe his offense is just going. Come on now, we gotta help that side out too.
Mhm.
Yep, I
And they
agree.
already have a good line.
Yep.
I agree.
Now Tampa, who fits well with Baker Mayfield? My wife just said nobody. Did you guys hear?
Cheesecake Factory.
Thanks, Sarah. Another team that I think would be mad about the corner run because I had cornerback as a need, which they did
Yeah.
bring back Jamal Dean early.
Well,
in
were
free
they-
agency.
I could see Van Ness
They're-
going here, honestly.
I was
He just
safety.
seems like a
Well, I
I
was
have
going to say
safety
maybe
and
a
wide
Brian
receiver.
Branch. Yeah.
yeah.
So Branch and then wide receivers. What do we got?
What's
at wide receiver
what's their
left?
O line? What's
Mm.
that? Because their O line sucked last year. I got Brady hit a lot, so they might go O
Yeah.
line. To be
The
honest,
They
interior is
take a-
where they got gutted last year.
right? Well,
This team that maybe
Right
takes
now,
Torrance then off the board.
Quarterback, defensive tackle, edge, guard, and tight end is their top needs
Mm.
per Pro Football Network.
who's on the quarterback list? Who's left? Is there?
I don't
Hey,
think
the-
they would. I don't think they would take any of these guys.
No, the
I don't-
top 4 are gone.
Okay, that's what I was going to say.
Uh,
The top four is there.
Hendon
They
Hendon
take-
Hendon
Hooker's the next
Hooker,
guy, and
yeah.
I've literally seen him getting mocked in some of these mocks in the first round
and
now.
he's
because
injured.
Oh,
he's
really?
just the next guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they'd reach for if one of the top 4 is there. Yeah, they'd take one, but
Yeah.
if they're
The
not-
top corners
Could
are
you-
gone. The top quarterbacks are gone. You know, at what point do you go, okay, some of our top needs are gone.
right,
Mhm.
Let's just take the best player.
so that'd be Van Essen.
Yeah.
And this in
Yeah.
this mock draft database, which takes a bunch of mock drafts to do their rankings. It's not just
Mhm.
like,
Right.
it's trying to take a consensus opinion.
I'd say go the best player available. Go Van Essen for them.
Yep. I
Yeah,
like
I'm fine with that just because he's probably the best. And my other one would have been Branch, and I would consider Addison, but I personally don't like Addison that much. But some team,
I'm
might.
surprised Canty's still there at 24.
Yeah. So
Seahawks.
Going back
took
here,
Van-
I could see them picking Brian Branch here. I like that fit.
Well, we really
Um,
had Edge as a need, so they're
Mhm.
probably
Edge
pissed
was the
that
need.
Van
Yeah,
Ness just
that's
went
true.
because they
That's
could have
true.
went.
Well,
Smith
but
would,
Smith is there, and he's a good one too.
yeah.
He's the one.
So-
He's the one that killed it at the combine.
Yep.
I had safety down as a need as well, so Brian
Yep.
Branch could be in this conversation.
Mhm.
Damn. I have linebacker, but they brought back Bobby Wagner, so that probably fills that need at least for a season.
Yep.
Right.
What about offensive tackle?
Who's up there?
Because the Sports Illustrated has for them offensive tackle, quarterback, and linebacker for their top three.
Huh. Well,
Yeah, I don't have offensive tackle on there.
I think they're off. I think the line
Because
was.
their projected
They just
starters is Stone Forsythe.
they drafted Cross. I thought Charles Cross last year. Isn't that who drafted him? No, that was the
No.
Panthers.
But
Damn.
it's saying Stone Forsythe and Jake Curran are their two starting tackles.
Well, shit. That sounds awful. Why don't I have that as a need?
Yeah. Well, they might. If that's it, they might take right there.
Oh, okay.
Is Cross there? Or Cross? Did he go to
He said-
Carolina?
Yeah, I'd have to
I
double
was
check
thinking
on that.
Cross went to Carolina, but I'm not sure. Where did Aquano go then? I thought Aquano went to maybe Carolina. I don't know. Maybe they do have Cross. So I don't know where they're getting those tackles. Derek, you might be looking at last year's needs
I might be. I'm going through it right now.
because I feel like that need was filled because there's otherwise it would have been on my board because I start like I told you I start out with
Oh yeah,
the list for
that's
this draft.
2022. Sorry guys.
Damn it, Derek.
Damn it, Derek.
Oh man, I went back a year.
Parker
Here we are looking at all these offensive tackles for no reason
Yeah.
whatsoever for
Yeah,
Seattle.
did you see that,
Huh?
Parker? He said Icky Iguana's in Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one in Carolina and Cross is in Seattle.
Yeah.
Well, once I thought about Derek looking at that list wrong, it's like,
Well, then they might take the kid out of,
Safety, linebacker,
Tennessee.
D line, wide receiver, and guard are their
Yeah.
top needs.
edge safety, and I don't think they need the linebacker anymore. Is what
Oh.
I have.
They just signed Draymond Jones too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so he's more of a D tackle. So
Yeah.
I think they need an edge
Yeah.
or
I'm saying Nolan Smith. They might. I think they might.
or a safety. So
Yeah.
they've
Yeah.
got two of the top rated, two guys that are right in this range of
Yeah.
picks
I'm-
based on this board.
I'm okay with Brian Branch going here. I like him a lot.
And they've been known to have safeties, right? Good safeties.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's go with Branch at Seattle. Chargers.
Chargers.
No, they don't need it.
They
They're
just
off
let-
good. So
They just let Wiley. Was it Wiley they had that they let go?
I don't know. I have defensive tackle, D end, and corner as my three needs for them. They let Filer go, who was
Filer,
the
that's who
guy
it
they
was.
brought in at left
Yeah.
guard, right tackle. They still have the guy from the draft, Slater,
Mm-hmm.
on their line.
yeah, they
And
drafted him.
they brought in the Ohio State center a couple years ago from I think Green Bay,
Mm-hmm.
Josh Myers, or it was one of those guys, one of the Ohio State centers. That name's not right, but I can't think of the other guy's name.
I saw this time it said 2022, so I scrolled.
Are you
past.
sure? Are you sure this time?
Yeah.
But I have their needs as D tackle, D end, corner, wide receiver. I'm taking
Okay.
I think D tackle. We haven't taken one
Okay.
yet.
I'm okay with that.
There you go. Breezy
So
Brees or Kansas.
or Clancy. I like
Mozzie.
Clancy. I
Or
like
Mozzie.
Clancy, but
What do you think about? I just want him to fall. I just want him
Who?
to fall. Kansas.
yeah, you're trying to bring up
He's trying-
Mozzie Smith.
I know. Dude, I'll be shocked if he gets this far, man. To be honest.
Yeah. No, it's
I mean, they're calling him baby Aaron Donald or whatever they're calling him. So
yeah.
I think D tackle's their biggest need, so it's Brzee or Kansas, and I think they would go Brzee. I mean, it wouldn't be by much difference.
I mean, if you
but,
go by
hey,
the rankings here, he's the higher one. So
Yeah.
Brzee it is.
oh geez, well, then
Oh no!
yeah, you just gave Clancy to the Ratbirds then because they're
Yeah.
gonna take him.
Guess who hasn't signed back with him yet either?
Right.
Well, there's a guy ranked higher on this board too, and a guy I would have mentioned for them, Nolan Smith, who just
Oh,
has seemed
no.
like a raven this whole process.
They need receivers. They need receivers.
Hey, they just
They don't
drafted their
draft
number one
receivers.
guy, buddy. They just drafted what's his name, or
They
picked
signed
up Aguilar.
Actually, I got
Aguilar. Or I think
What
he
more
was
do
just
you
in for a
need?
visit. I don't think
Draft-
he signed yet, has he?
I think he signed.
I haven't been on Twitter in like a few days.
I was going to say draft a tight end because they love tight ends. They
Yeah.
need like
Yeah.
45 tight ends.
Well, and Michael
I
Mayer's
like-
already off the board. He went to the Packers. So,
Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
I have needs as corner, wide
I
receiver,
was going to say I
linebacker.
like Deontay Banks here too, potentially for them.
Corner,
or-
wide receiver, linebacker. Linebacker in their system is kind of is a Nolan Smith who's going to
Yeah.
rush off the edge.
Zay Flowers.
So, wide receivers and corners. Addison's
wide
right
receiver.
there. Zay
Mhm.
Flowers right there.
Yeah.
Hyatt with the speed. So Josh Downs is solid, but probably a little later as that's ranked.
Mm-hmm.
Tight end, Darnell Washington, Dalton Kincaid, if you did want to give him that. But obviously they have 1,400 on the roster already.
I like the two they have right now, and
I
don't
like
think they
Deontay
would-
Banks. It is a suggestion. It's my number one need for them.
Mhm.
That's number
Well,
one
go
over
back
wide
to,
receiver.
do they want an Addison or Flowers, or do they want Deontay Banks?
I like
got cornerback-
Deontay Banks, honestly.
Wait, you got cornerback over wide receiver for them? Because
I have their needs as cornerback and then
Mhm.
wide receiver as 1 and 2.
because of the offense that they play. They run more two tight end
Right,
personnel.
yeah.
It's gonna
no.
be.
I don't know. We're on pick 22, babe.
We got ways to go.
It ain't
fair.
easy being the GM of every team in the entire NFL. Unless it's a lot of pressure, okay? And you coming down here and yelling at me is not helping.
Did Sarah text her? Because she was asking me the same thing earlier.
Oh, Sarah texted you, Derek said, because she was just asking the same thing.
My,
They're teaming
my,
up on us.
my
Yeah.
wife didn't know I jumped on the street. She just walked downstairs and kind of rolled her eyes, went back upstairs. You're on another podcast again.
So
I'd say
I like
Deontay
Banks,
yeah, let's
yeah.
go. All right, if you got corner as a number, let's go with Banks then.
but I also could easily see Nolan Smith being the pick. He fits the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You make a good argument either way. I mean, I don't want him having either one of
I
them.
guess we'll go Banks. Because you guys said Banks, but I think I would have taken Smith.
Now, see, okay, right here is where I would have said if Banks would have fell, I would.
But this right here, they
Mhm.
could have Nolan, Queen, and
Mhm.
Roquan as. Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah,
Yeah. You want to say? Can we?
And
go
the
back?
Ravens always pick good. So
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
do
hey,
they
we're-
reach here on another corner? Do they take a Cam Smith, a Ringo, or a Forbes? Those are the three.
Mm-hmm. I'd say they go Nolan Smith here.
And then Addison's on the board, Cansey's on the board. So what's their biggest needs? You trying
Well-
to hide that D tackle's a need, Derek?
Oh, they. No,
rushing
you know
that
what? No,
one. You were really
they did.
rushing that. You said, go
I
ahead
was
and take
just
Nolan
thinking
Smith
they
fast
did
as
just
possible.
lose Adam Thielen.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I was about to say. They do need a wide receiver.
Well, I have
Elijah
coming
Cansey's
into
not
this.
going to fall to me. So
corner, DN, D tackle, and wide receiver. So once again, Cansey, Nolan Smith, who's high on our board. I think corner would be a reach at this point based on what's on the board.
I think.
After Banks went, Banks would have been the guy, like you said, Derek.
Mhm. Honestly, I think Addison's the guy because right now all they have is
Do you
What's
need
his
more than
name?
Justin
from
Jefferson?
Justin
You
Jefferson.
really need
yeah.
more?
Well,
No, they had a good number 2 guy, I thought, that played
Yeah.
well at least against us as like a number 2.
Yeah,
Couple
Thielen,
years
he's gone.
ago.
He's
no,
No,
it was
Carolina.
Thielen. Are you
No, it was a
talking?
different guy. It was a
different
younger
guy.
guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, I know
that's
who
what
you're
I
talking
think
about
too.
I know
I
who
think
you're
they're
talking
more
about.
about revamping their defense
Mhm.
than anything.
what? That's what's
Yeah,
hurt them
Osborne.
this
Thank
year.
you, Honor.
Osborne. Yeah, KJ Osborne.
AJ.
Well, I was coming down here to tell you dinner will be done in a half hour.
Okay. Thank you. I love
Thanks,
you.
Marissa. What do you?
Won't,
What you?
won't be much longer.
what you-
Yeah,
what you-
I'd
what you
say
cooking?
they beef up the defense.
Especially if you're
So
getting fed.
Let's go Nolan Smith then.
So we're going Nolan Smith here.
okay.
Why
Now,
not- why not Cansey?
Calais Campbell was visiting with the Jaguars, right? I did.
I
See,
think so,
did
yeah.
I see that correctly? Was it Calais that was visiting with them?
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
You might be right. I don't
Because
know.
he's played there before. It said.
right. So you could potentially see a Cansey going here.
Yeah, what's their wide receivers though? Because are they?
I like their wide receivers honestly because they got the one guy from Atlanta last year, that got in trouble for betting.
Oh yes. Yep. I know you're talking. I can't remember his name, but yeah, I know who you're talking about.
So let me look at what I have. I have edge, corner, guard, and like I said, I don't know that I updated these completely. Wide receiver, tight end. Yeah, I could have seen them taking a Mayer if he was here.
Parker says Kincaid.
Yeah, I like Kincaid. Do we worry about his back
Ingram
problems
back,
already?
Right? Evan Ingram is back as the pass catching tight end for them.
Yep.
They were,
they franchised him. Yep.
Maybe they'd want Washington. Do they run any 12 sets? Washington for a blocking tight end then?
Ridley and Kirk. Yeah, that's right. Parker.
Yeah, but I mean, are you going to go? I don't know if Cansey's sitting there. I don't know how they don't take him.
It's who's their D tackles? Because that's the thing. I mean, I don't have it written down as a need.
Right.
So I have edge, but what's that edge at this point? Is this when they'd reach on Will McDonald, who's a lot farther down here, and then Ojulari too? I mean, they wouldn't be bad picks, but they wouldn't be like
right
celebrated.
Now right now.
When Cansey's sitting there, right there, I just don't see how how they pass him up. I'm big on Cansey. I don't think he's gonna drop this far, but
you can't just slap him on a team to slap him on a team.
No,
Jeff.
but I mean, if you look at it, what the tops are, and what they actually, I don't know what they actually need. I mean,
well, I just read it to you.
Yeah, cornerback, D lineman, tight end.
I know.
Edge and corner. Corner is the biggest two.
What's the corner? Who's that cornerback? Did you put that up already?
Yes, that's why we like another team that I think would be annoyed how we just had this big run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say we go.
And I think their corners actually played better. The one guy played better that they drafted a couple years ago from Florida, Tyson Jackson or Tyson something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's Cansey, honestly. As much as I hate to admit it,
that's where I'm at. I hate to admit it too. That's what I think they take.
Yeah, even if like Crowley was saying over there, even if they signed 37-year-old Calais Campbell.
Now, I think New York, they need wide receivers. I can see Addison going to them. They need them bad.
Or I could see Kincaid even going here, honestly.
Well, I have linebackers, safety. I know they signed a linebacker, so that moves down. Safety, wide receiver, corner, center, offensive guard.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they don't really need a tight end. They just signed you might have just said that there. The guy from who's with the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants just signed him, so I don't know if they.
They did. I forgot about that. They
traded for Waller.
Traded for him. Sorry, traded for him. Yes.
Yep.
I can see Addison going here.
I mean, they re-signed their guys at wide receiver, right?
Just one of them suck.
I know. Then they brought in somebody too, but I don't know. That guy might suck too or be average. But I just don't know how they feel about it. There's not a safety worth taking though. I wouldn't reach on corners, so Addison put another or Zay Flowers. I honestly think Zay Flowers could go over Addison. Addison did not test well, and he's a smaller guy too. At least Flowers tested well.
All right,
give him Flowers.
Let's go with Flowers. Give them their flowers.
Flowers.
Now we got the Cowgirls. This is where I think Cansey would have went.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I think I'm looking receiver personally. Or no, they need tight end.
They need tight end. Cade could go here because Swartz left. He went to
They just
Swartz.
left,
But I had their needs as corner, defensive tackle, safety, guard, running back, wide receiver, tight end, linebacker. They got a lot of needs.
Yeah.
But like I said, on the corners, I think you'd be reaching slightly. I don't know. There's a couple guys here at 26. It's not really a reach.
What about
D tackle, man? They would have taken Cansey, in my opinion.
What about interior offensive line? Because I'm reading right here. It says looks like their guard and center both are positions of need.
They could take Torrance. I don't. I mean, Drew Sanders on the board, but I still think he's more of a pass rusher than anything.
Yeah.
Corners like Cam Smith and Ringo are suggestions. They do have a need at corner. And I wouldn't be surprised if they took one of the tight ends.
Parker's right. Lots of needs. Best player available.
Right.
Which is
that's the wide receiver.
Jordan.
Right?
Well, depends on what you think.
I don't think they're going to take him.
Yeah. So would you go Torrance or Kincaid here?
I'm leaning toward
let's go
Kincaid.
Kincaid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Now Buffalo. They
is,
just lost their speedy receiver.
but they're in the mix on getting DeAndre Hopkins
Yep.
now.
Yeah.
All right.
Running backs, Bijan went at 10.
Yeah.
So Jahmyr Gibbs would be the next guy.
And they
Yeah,
did
didn't they-
lose.
They lost a running back, didn't they?
I just don't see
Singletary.
I don't see two running backs going in the first round.
Maybe. I mean,
Well, read off their needs again. What's Buffalo's
I have guard, wide receiver, but that's going to depend on DeAndre Hopkins.
needs? Right.
Yep.
Corner, center, safety, tight end, D tackle.
Yep.
The tight end and D tackle would be more like depth at that point because I mean
Mm-hmm.
their tight end is the one guy I like a lot. Can't think of his name. But I don't know. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's tough.
I have guard as a top need.
Yep.
I don't. Did they
Yeah.
sign anybody at guard? Yeah, I have Torrance as number one, but I definitely see the concerns and potential work
Yeah.
ethic issues with him. It's been reported.
All right, let's go Torrance here then. I'd like that fit.
All right. That sounds good.
Now, this team.
Here
on the
we
clock.
go.
It's not even difficult at this point, honestly. We didn't
No.
find a fit for Darnell Wright. And
Yeah,
that shocked
I think-
me because a lot of people have him going in the top 20.
All right.
And a lot of it right there was the Steelers. But
Mhm.
he played left tackle at Tennessee, and he was awful at it. So if they really want him to play left tackle, that is not happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
I think
that's why I don't
it's.
think they would take Wright because I think they'd rather have the left tackle.
Would you
Right.
consider a Cam Smith? Let me ask you that.
No.
No.
We got.
I would consider Keely Ringo over Cam Smith, but that's only like that's the traits and the
Mm-hmm.
and that I think Lou would like him. You know.
I mean, I'm with Darth. I don't know how it's not right. I mean, we need.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but you know,
Yeah.
you got to talk about
We're
what's
just
available.
we're just
No,
talking
I know.
through it. We're just talking through it. Look at tight end real quick.
Addison would fill in for
Yeah.
Tyler Boyd as your slot guy
Mm-hmm.
next year.
Who's there at
Yeah.
tight end, Eric?
Darnell Washington's going to be there. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that when we get
Pork
there.
chop and
But
freak out.
linebacker,
I've seen
I don't-
Darnell start to fall though. Honestly,
Yeah, he's still ranked 34th. So,
Mhm.
like, if he falls, he's going to fall would maybe be the top 10 picks of the second round, most likely.
Mhm.
And all these guys, one of those guys will probably be there at 60 for us.
This
So,
is personally.
D line would be Mozzie, if anything, in consideration, but I don't
Yeah.
know that he'd be in consideration, but he would be the only one here with.
This is where all of you that get up at 5 a.m. in the morning are going to hate what I'm about to say, but this is where I consider trading out of the first round because there's just unless you're sprinting up to draft right.
Which I would,
Because-
and I would
yeah,
take.
oh yeah,
I would have
I
taken
would too.
Jones also.
Yeah,
So, I mean, the clear answer is right, but
Yeah.
edges on the board was like Will McDonald, Ojulari. I don't think you
Yeah.
do that. I don't think Mozzie is at 28. He's a trade down guy for sure, Derek.
Yeah.
Darnell Washington would be in the picture for a trade down. He would
Mhm.
honestly probably be the second most in consideration in this scenario behind
Mhm.
the right tackle spot. You know?
is Dwan Jones, is he still on the board?
Yes.
yeah,
Okay, so I'd say if you do trade down and get an extra second round pick, you could get Dwan Jones there and
Yeah,
then
you
get your tackle or your tight end.
You could be looking here and you could be going, oh, there's Washington. Oh,
Uh-huh.
there's Mozzie Smith.
right.
Oh, there's Keely Ringo.
Mhm.
Oh, there's DeJuan Jones.
So depending on what you get offered, if you get offered anything. Now the thing is, I don't know who would want to trade.
maybe it's
up.
the Eagles. Who's at 29? Because maybe the Eagles
the
want to
Eagles.
trade in front of them.
Eagles are.
Eagles are at 30. And that's
Who's-
what I was saying. Maybe the Eagles would want to move up 2 spots and give us
Yeah.
a 4th rounder. So you move back 2 spots, you still get the 5th year option.
Right.
You know
Which
what
that-
I'm saying?
that
You're
is-
not doing trades in this scenario, but I'm
Mhm.
saying that
Right.
would be the team.
Well, I mean, that is-
you trade down 2 spots and gain a 4th
Mhm.
round pick.
And you still get the 5th-year option, which is a big consideration. Getting that 5th year is huge.
But that would mean that the Eagles have to think whoever's in front of them,
It's going to take whoever
which
they want.
is New Orleans,
New Orleans, yeah.
would take the guy that they want next, whoever
Right.
that might be.
Right. But in this scenario, there is no trading, so it would be Darnell
Yeah.
Wright.
Darnell Wright.
Yeah,
And then-
I mean,
For
clearly.
New Orleans, I would say
How's their offense? Would they take? What's their needs? Would they take Harrison here?
Let me look.
They don't need wide receivers. They
yeah, they got
I have corner, D tackle, offensive tackle, tight end. They brought Foster Moreau in for a visit, so they're obviously, even with what they have, they're
Right.
still looking at tight ends.
They were probably going to sign him because
Yeah.
he was getting physical.
Then like a backup running back and a guard potentially.
mhm.
But D tackle, I mean, Mozzie Smith would be that guy in the conversation for D tackle.
Mhm.
Corner, they could be looking at a Ringo or a Smith.
I like the thought of them going corner here.
There's just not. Who's their quarterback? They got Carr.
Right now they
Carr.
got Carr, yeah. They could go Darnell
go-
Washington.
They could go Darnell Washington. They could
Mhm.
go with one of these corners.
Offensive tackle, maybe.
Yeah, the only suggestion that even pops up is Addison at wide receiver,
Which is stupid. They don't need a wide receiver.
they
Yeah.
could still take one.
They
but-
could, but I mean, I don't know.
I mean, he's by far and away the best player on this board, but I
Right.
mean, they got Olave
Mhm.
and they got these other guys. Michael Thomas is supposed to come back on a smaller deal, so if they think he's still capable, I can't see him going back-to-back first-round picks 2 years in a row on wide receiver.
Right.
Yeah.
Corner, I think is the best value for them based on needs.
Yeah.
hmm
Ringo,
We got Ringo Hired Smith.
My wife's over here stripping in front of me. I'm getting
Ringo,
Distracted.
Derek, Keely Ringo,
Keely
We got
Ringo.
Keely
Ringo.
Ringo.
Let's go, Keely Ringo.
We got 2 more
Concentrate.
picks after this, Derek. 2 more.
She's killing me.
Now we had the Eagles taking Bijan
Yeah.
already at running back.
Mhm.
Now I could see them going here and picking their edge guy or their interior defensive line guy. Somebody go back and take care of defense here.
Yeah, let me see what I have back to their needs. I had DN, safety, running back. we
Parker,
addressed.
yeah, I definitely see that being a nice trade down spot for them.
DN and safety. Safety, I know, don't really have anything. Antonio
Yeah.
Johnson, Sidney Brown.
hmm
What's left at edge?
I like
is-
Sidney Brown,
feels
but
like
not this early.
I could see McDonald being the pick here. It wouldn't surprise me. He's only like
Yeah.
253, but he's a really good rusher.
Would-
They're
would
going
they
to
pick-
double. They're going to double down on running backs. No one takes running backs in the first. They're going to take 2 of them.
They're going to take 2.
they're gonna
Yeah,
take
their
two.
linebackers. I don't know.
They brought their starting cornerbacks, but
Yeah.
can you have too many cornerbacks?
Yeah,
Like,
we have had 0 linebackers go in the first round. So what do you think about that?
I think it's very likely.
Okay.
Like, I would agree. Sanders is more of a pass rushing guy too, and then Simpson's a freak, but he just
Mhm.
didn't play well last year. His tape's not good,
Yeah.
so it's hard to take a guy like that. So I mean, there's just honestly, this is what I'm saying. Like,
hmm
tackle still looks like the best available.
So would they take Dwan Jones on us?
Well, they don't need it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Lane Johnson, $33 million.
Right. You're right.
Corner?
Yeah, never mind.
I mean, what do you
Yeah,
guys think?
I think corner. I agree with you. That's what
Yeah.
it sounds like. I don't see them double
Yeah.
down on running backs. I don't see that.
And then the last pick is our favorite team here.
Let's draft
Kansas
them the
City
worst
Chiefs.
player possible.
I could see them picking wide receiver, honestly, because they just need to revamp that, or maybe even taking tight end. I could see that.
Well, they need a right tackle.
Oh, that's right, they do. I forgot that they
And
signed
they
him.
They
to
have
be
a
a
right.
left tackle.
Well, they have a right tackle.
They-
He's just gonna play left.
So I did
And-
hear some rumors
And they
that
need a wide receiver. So it's Addison or it's one of the tackles for me here.
the backup tackle they had last year, I thought they were interested in having him start this year. I can't remember the
Yang
name.
or whatever.
Yeah,
It's like
Niang. or not Yang.
Yeah, that's it. But he was like a 3rd round pick
Yeah.
2 or 3 years ago. 3 years ago.
I did hear
He's-
rumors that they were looking to have him start at right tackle. That's why I was.
And he might, but
Yeah.
if they think they have an upgrade, and there's a reason, like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's what I mean. They might.
Sooner or later, you're going to have to replenish the.
And in this case, if they like Addison that much, they say, okay,
Yeah.
we'll take him and we'll let that guy be our right tackle. But
Yeah.
I think you're looking at, and it's suggested for them as well.
Mhm.
Harrison, I still view more as a left tackle, which honestly for them would have made sense.
Right, because they put
Juwan Taylor at right tackle, which is what he's played like his whole
Right.
career.
that would
And
actually
at,
make
like even
sense.
at Florida, he was a right tackle.
Right, but they're gonna move to left. I mean, I'm either Harrison or Jones for them here, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took Kennard from Kentucky in the 5th
Yeah.
round as well last year. That could be a potential right tackle. So maybe they just think those two.
I'm leaning receiver here personally.
Okay. I could have easily given one of those tackles
Mhm.
and it would have been Jones, but to play right. But I'll give
Yeah.
Madison. Why we still got another pick?
Oh, it's because it'll do 32 picks.
Oh, really? So we get
Yeah,
we got a pick for Pittsburgh again.
I guess so.
Screw it.
Well,
But offensive
this worked
tackle.
out- This worked
Damn
out
it.
great for them. We would have
Yeah.
given them Harrison at 17,
Yeah.
and they got him at 32.
Yep.
Don't give us A pluses. Fuck you. That's not our whole draft. We drafted for everyone. Why are you
Oh,
popping
Lord.
up and saying that we're the Steelers and we get 2 A pluses? Oh my god.
On that note,
Damn it.
Jesus.
We drafted so great for the Steelers. Thanks a lot. And we never get 2 A pluses for anything on here.
No.
No, I still can't believe we got a C
So-
from Michael Mayer that one time. That was
Yeah.
still
So recap: C.J. Stroud first pick, Bryce Young quarterback for the 2nd for the Texans, Will Anderson at 3, Will Levis at 4 for the Colts, Jackson Smith and Jigba. We went a little crazy for
The
Seattle.
biggest shocker,
Yep.
the first
Um,
shocker, Smith and Jigba.
Jalen Carter, the defensive. Is he interior? Yeah, defensive interior guy
Yeah, he's
for
D
the
tackle.
yeah.
Mhm.
Anthony Richardson falls to the Houston. Jesus,
Raiders.
I'm to the Raiders. Tyree Wilson to the Falcons. Paris Johnson Jr. falling all the way to 9 for Chicago. Bijan going at 10.
Potential
Overall.
surprise for some, but
No.
talent wise,
Yeah, I just think he's definitely top 10 talent in my opinion. Broderick Jones at 11. Peter Skoronski at 12 to the Texans. Miles Murphy, the edge out of Clemson to the Jets. Devon or Devin Witherspoon,
I think
the
Devon.
cornerback out of Illinois to the Patriots. Michael Mayer going at
the first
15.
guy that a lot of you would be potentially
Mhm.
upset about, a lot of you would be happy.
Yep.
He's
Christian
gone.
Gonzalez, the cornerback out of Oregon, going to the Washington Commandos. Joey Porter Jr. going to Pittsburgh. Quentin Johnson, wide receiver, going to the Lions. Lucas Van Ness, edge to Tampa Bay. Brian Branch to Seattle. Brian Bree, is
Safety.
it Brzee?
Brian Durant.
Uh,
Ryan Brzee, or I
Brzee,
actually
yes.
heard it pronounced even weirder. The first
Yeah.
2 or 3 things you
Breezy.
think are wrong. Yeah.
to the
I've heard of
Chargers.
Brian Brzee, so that's
To the
Banks-
Chargers.
Banks going to the Ratbirds. Nolan Smith edge going to the
So and
Vikings.
you see the corner run. The
Yeah.
corner run started.
Mhm.
The corner run started at 16.
Yep. With-
Well, it
with
started
Gonzalez.
before that, right? It started 14. We went 14,
Yep.
16,
Oh, yeah.
17, and then 22. We had 4 corners go off the board.
Mhm.
So
And then my guy Kalijah Cansey going at 24. Zay Flowers.
Nolan Smith to the Vikings, the edge. I
Oh,
know
did I
Derek might
not
say
say
that he's
him?
trying to rush
Yep.
through. He's got a raging boner because his wife was naked.
No, we're about to go do some shooting. So
Some stuff.
yeah,
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 you
you're
are.
gonna shoot some stuff. Exactly. Mhm.
Nothing's coming out. You're firing blanks.
yeah, shooting blanks over here, guys. Dalton Zay Flowers to the
Hey,
Giants.
we got to Cansey. So Cansey, a lot of people will be disappointed with. I still don't know that he's a fit for the Jags, but I think he would have went to the Steelers even if not.
Yeah. Kincaid I think that's a perfect fit to the
or to the Cowboys. That's who
the-
that's who I thought
the
Casey would
Dallas
have won.
Stars. Yeah. Cyrus Torrance to the Bills and Darnell Wright to the Bengals. And the rest of them I don't care about.
Keely Ringo to the Saints from Georgia, the corner, all the good trades.
Eric wants to
but
go shoot some stuff.
He needs some work. The Eagles went corner. It just, I don't know where they'd go with that pick. Cam Smith. And if they really wanted a corner, maybe that's when they would have traded. They would have flipped spots. They wanted Ringo. Afraid the Saints would take him. So they trade up to 28 with us. We drop back to 30, still get our guy in Darnell Wright. And add a 4th-round pick. That sounds even better to me. But we weren't doing trades. Jordan Addison to the Chiefs. DeJuan Jones was on the board. Anton Harrison could have seen either of those go there. And then Harrison to the Steelers. I mean, we got A+ and an A+. They got Joey Porter Jr. at 17 and Harrison at 32. That'd be a damn good draft for them. So
let's hope
it don't happen.
Exactly. But I mean, if getting back to the Bengals, though, if all those guys are there and someone wants to trade up to get somebody, you drop back 2 spots and you add another 2nd-round pick, I can totally see them doing that. Because the Bengals do trade back a lot to get more picks, and Duke loves more picks. So I can totally see them trading back at some point in this draft.
Yep.
But yeah, we got one in. I know I'll do a lot of those. I've done a full 7th-round mock already with all teams, so I'm different.
So if this happens, day one, what are your thoughts? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you content?
I'm ecstatic. I got my starting right tackle to go along with Orlando Brown. Shit, yeah, I'm throwing a party, and I'm ready I'm ready for day 2. I'm ready for day 2, baby. Who we getting next? Darnell Washington's going to slide to 60. We're going to take him. We're going to roll the jungle, baby. Let's go. Hooday!
Hooday!
Hooday, baby! Let's go! It's time! Cincinnati, we gon' rise and up. In the jungle, we unite and up. Trippin' orange and black and white. Hooday when we fight. Live and die in these stripes. Now who got 'em, who rockin' on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move out on? If you got stripes, then you let the city know you rock 'em. Yeah, we got 'em. Yeah, we